Jessica and I are doing great. She is my best friend. She's my biggest supporter. I hope she would say the same thing about me. I think she would. We are moving forward. I think now it's still a fun part of like, when does it happen? How does it happen? What does it look like once we are taking that next step? You know, I'm getting ready to go on tour for 4 months. That throws a little wrench in the whole thing. But as far as our relationship goes, it's never been stronger. It's never been better. And the best part about Jessica and I's relationship is, and I mean this in the most like it's so normal and real. Like my life has just been enhanced with her in it. Nothing's been taken away. It's just been added to. So Jessica and I are doing great. And I see a really, really great future for Jessica and I, and one that will take that next step fairly soon. You know, I think if you would have asked me this 3 years ago, I would have felt the pressure of Bachelor Nation. This has been so much of my life now that weird enough, I feel very comfortable living within Bachelor Nation. I don't feel as much pressure from the fans and from the contestants on the show anymore because I've gotten used to it. I know what they want. I know why they're asking me why we're not engaged yet. I know what their desires are. They want to see me happy. It's been a year now that we've been together. And I think after a year, if I was never on The Bachelor or because I was on The Bachelor, I would just start looking at, hey, this needs to either move forward or it needs to end. And luckily I'm looking at it going, this needs to move forward. You know, I've talked to Chris a little bit today about it. I think the one thing Peter and I really did have in common is that we thought this whole thing kind of blew our minds. Like, how lucky are we to be able to be in LA even? My first time to LA was the very first time we came for the show. You know, Peter lives here, but he hasn't had a lot of focus on him in life. For me and Peter both, I think this is a little bit overwhelming. We're super grateful for it. And I also think we both tried to pursue love. And if that is like, your intentions through the process, then I think it's going to end up well, no matter what happens. I like Peter. I think he's going to do great. I think he'll do far greater things than I did, but it's nice to be even in the same sentence as, you know, this year's Bachelor. Feels like forever since I was on the show. Yeah, I'm old news. I'm 30. I'm probably younger. I think I'm younger than Peter. And it's been, what, 4.5 years since I've been on the show. So, like, I'm old news, yet still young blood.
Still young blood. Have you talked to Peter?
I have. Yeah, I've talked to Peter. We talked right before the show started and kind of talked through the process and the things to look out for and the things that you should be concerned about and the things that you shouldn't be concerned about. I think the biggest thing is it's losing yourself in the process. This is intense. It's a whole new world. You're going to be dating so many people at one time. You're not prepared for this. Don't lose yourself in the process. And also the other thing I said is don't, I think we go into it and you're very hesitant to trust the producers. And really, I think they do want to get you in the right place. So I also said, like, hey, this is a show. You understand that. But at the end of it, they want to see your love story played out. And so befriend them. Trust them a little bit. Walk through the process with them because it's their process also. So I talked to him then and I talked to him afterwards. And it feels like the core of who Peter was when I met him a few months ago is the same guy he is today. I think he's happy. I think you're happy no matter what. To be honest, I don't know the details of this season. On purpose, really. I have the podcast, and so I don't trust myself when I'm doing a podcast to know anything.
No, because you don't want to spoil it.
I don't want to spoil it.
100%
it's easier for me to come in like really like curious, like actually curious. So yes, I think he's happy. I would say this, based on like his intentions going in, how I believe he probably walked through the process, the questions he's asking now, I'd be shocked if he didn't find somebody. It would shock me. It would be a surprise. I don't think somebody like Peter, who was so excited about this, would walk through this process without at least giving it his best attempt. And so if he isn't with somebody now, I know it had to be excruciatingly hard for him. I think Coin Master is the best game out there because it's super easy to like kind of get hooked onto. Right away, you're kind of like, you want to see where the game takes you. You want to see how you can connect with your friends through it. It's super easy now to communicate with your friends through the game. For me, I think that's why I wanted to do this commercial, just because it's a great game. And then we get to do it with, you know, my friend, Chris.
Your friend, your mentor?
My mentor, my leader, the doctor of love, Chris Harrison.